Let's begin this half hour on the anniversary of the 9/11 attacks with the survivor's story that's just now being publicly told for the first time. In a moment, we'll talk to Pasquale Bazzelli. He was in the North Tower and says he rode down more than 15 stories of concrete and falling debris to make it out alive. It's the focus of a Discovery Channel special premiering tonight called The 9/11 Surfer, narrated by NBC's Willie Geist.
By 10:05 on the morning of 9/11, the South Tower of the World Trade Center was gone. Up above, on the 64th floor of the North Tower, Pasquale Bazzelli was still waiting with his colleagues. Pasquale and his colleagues started down one of the building's 3 exit stairways, Stairway B. By 10:28, they'd made it down as far as the 22nd floor.
And then just felt the railing just start to shake, and this loud noise from above. I thought of my wife, my unborn child. Thoughts went through my head quickly about just not ever seeing her, not being able to see her again. And I just split seconds, just praying, knowing that I was going to die. I've never experienced jumping out of a plane, but I guess falling or jumping out of a plane, that feeling of just riding the air and getting knocked around and riding, that surfing kind of feeling was what I was experiencing.
According to Pasquale, his fall ended here, at the top of what was left of Stairway B.
I didn't feel anything. My body was totally numb. I mean, I felt nothing at all. I just opened up my eyes and saw blue sky. I really thought I was dead.
Fortunately for Pasquale, there were firefighters out there who were willing to brave the dangers in the hope of finding survivors.
We had no idea whether he was fire or civilian or what he was. It really, I guess, really didn't matter. But the fact that we saw an individual up there after what we had climbed through in the position that he was nothing short of miraculous.
And they said, "We got it from here, don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here." Which is, at that point I was like, thank God,
And Pasquale Bazzelli is with us now, along with his wife Louise and their daughters, 10-year-old Hope and 7-year-old Mia. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
We have animation to show this harrowing ride that you had. You were on the 64th floor, you evacuated down to the 22nd, and then fell essentially to the 4th floor. The name of the documentary is The 9/11 Surfer. Feels like an odd word.
Yes, very odd. I've heard about the urban legends. I've always read about it, and my wife was like, "That's you, and they pretty much dubbed it that on Discovery and the show, and because they did a study on it, and they said that basically how I survived was probably in this pocket of air or this uplift of wind, or the way I described the fall. So I guess 9/11 Surfer is. Yeah.
You said urban legend, which it's true. Some people are skeptical. And you said if you had heard this story, you might have been skeptical as well.
Of course. I'm an engineer. I have, just believe in science and facts. I went through it, so I know what I went through. And if I hadn't, someone told me the story, I'd be skeptical also.
Why now? It's been 11 years. You've never come forward and told this story. Why did you decide this is the time to tell what happened publicly?
I had done certain small local things because we started Song for Hope Foundation to try to raise money for the mothers that didn't make it at the time, whose husbands didn't make it at the time who were pregnant. It was very difficult telling the story then. I couldn't. I was going through post-traumatic stress and survivor guilt from that. And it took a long time to heal from that. I forced myself to do that, to try to give something back. Eventually I came to, accept what had happened to me. I was able to go on and mourn and grieve those I've lost, my friends, Pat, Steve, others that were with me that day. So I feel now it's an important story to share with others. So my wife and I decided to actually write a book and put it down, and then they did this on Discovery Channel. So I
We
feel
heard
it's
you
important.
talk in the tape piece about the sensation of falling. Can you still remember that to this day?
Absolutely, absolutely. Every moment of that free falling, the final impact, the final flash of when I landed, it was that I don't know. It was either when I actually landed and got knocked unconscious, or during the fall I got hit with something, and got knocked unconscious. But a split second later, I opened up my eyes and I just felt, like I said, I thought I was dead. And then I started to cough, feel pain. And I said, I couldn't believe at that point. I looked up and there was nothing above me. The building was gone. So I couldn't even believe it myself at that point.
And Louise, here you are at home. He had called you a couple of times. You saw that tower fall and you knew he was inside. You must have thought he didn't make it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I watched the second plane hit, and then I watched the second tower fall, and then I watched his building fall, and I was pregnant at the time with Hope, and I knew he didn't get out in time because we spoke on the phone just a few minutes before that. And, you know, for those couple of hours that I didn't hear from him, I was a widow, and I was carrying this baby. And there was nothing I could do, and I just watched the whole thing happen right in front of me, and you know, it was just a feeling of just hopeless, you know, helplessness, really.
It must still be so hard to see that image of the tower falling, knowing that you were inside.
Yeah, I've watched it so many times after. I actually became fixated on it, and you know, it took me a long time to heal from that. I'm better now, and things are good. I'm happy again, and I think it's important that people realize that. You know, some people say, you know, to people out there, you hear it all the time. Oh, get over it, 9/11, get over it. That's ridiculous. First of all, you should be telling someone else to get over it. But basically, the bottom line is that you should celebrate each day. My friend Pat always said that. Enjoy life, and just remember those that tried to save us and didn't make it, and remember those that we lost.
And the book you've written is a part of that remembering,
Yes.
and I know Hope did the illustrations, so that's pretty neat. Well, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your story and helping us remember today.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Really
having us
appreciate
today.
it.
Thank you.